Keir Starmer's career ended in front of the whole nation. Live on air, the Labour leader announced his resignation, and what followed has thrown British politics into total chaos. The man who promised to restore honesty and integrity to politics has now walked away in disgrace, leaving his party shattered, his allies in panic, and his enemies celebrating. What happened in those final moments before his resignation and what comes next for Britain will leave you stunned. This is not just the fall of one politician, it is the collapse of an entire movement. Monday morning began like any other in Westminster, but by midday the air was thick with tension. Rumours were spreading at lightning speed, whispers of backroom deals, emergency meetings, and frantic phone calls from party officials begging for calm. For days, Keir Starmer had been under siege. The explosive envelope leak that revealed his secret meetings with corporate donors had already destroyed his credibility, but no one expected him to actually step down so soon. Welcome back to Britain Times. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe with the bell on. Now, let's continue with the latest UK news coming up next. Labour's inner circle tried to hold the line, assuring supporters that their leader was strong enough to survive. Yet the silence from Starmer himself only fueled speculation. For 3 days, he vanished from public view, refusing interviews, dodging cameras, and leaving journalists camped outside his home, desperate for answers. At exactly 11:32 a.m, the silence shattered. Black cars pulled up to Labour Party headquarters, and the world's media descended in a frenzy. Cameras flashed as senior figures filed into the building with grim faces. Whispers spread across social media. This is the end. Moments later, Keir Starmer appeared, walking stiffly into the press room. His shoulders slumped, his expression pale. He looked like a man already defeated. Reporters knew instantly that the rumours were true. The atmosphere was electric. 1,000 microphones pointed toward him, ready to capture history. When Starmer finally spoke, his voice cracked under the weight of his downfall. "For the good of my party and my country," he said slowly, "I am resigning as leader of the Labour Party with immediate effect." The words landed like a bombshell. Gasps echoed across the room. Social media exploded within seconds. Hashtags like #StarmerResigns, #LabourCollapse, and #political chaos surged to the top of trending lists worldwide. Supporters broke down in disbelief. Critics erupted in celebration. And inside Labour itself, the party instantly fractured. Shadow cabinet members began distancing themselves within minutes of his speech. Some released statements praising his service, while others openly condemned his leadership as a catastrophic failure. One anonymous MP messaged reporters bluntly, "He lied. He dragged us down with him." Now we have to pick up the pieces. Trade unions, once his strongest allies, wasted no time in demanding new leadership. The resignation didn't calm the storm, it poured fuel on the fire. Meanwhile, public reaction was fierce. Outside Labour HQ, angry voters gathered, chanting betrayal and demanding accountability. "He promised integrity," one protester yelled into a BBC microphone, "but gave us nothing but lies." The sense of betrayal wasn't limited to Labour supporters. Across Britain, voters felt deceived. Callers flooded radio shows, describing themselves as heartbroken, disgusted and furious. In Manchester, a lifelong Labour voter told ITV, "I'll never trust this party again." In Liverpool, another said, "He was supposed to clean up politics, and instead he dirtied it even more." The fallout spread beyond Britain within hours. International media framed the resignation as a historic collapse of the UK's main opposition. CNN ran headlines calling it the death of integrity politics. French outlets compared it to a political implosion unseen since the financial crisis. In Germany, leading newspapers questioned whether the UK could ever produce a trustworthy opposition leader again. What should have been a domestic scandal had now become a global embarrassment. But here's where the story gets darker. Starmer's resignation didn't end the chaos, it unleashed it. Labour MPs began plotting furiously behind the scenes. Some rallied around Angela Rayner. Others whispered names like Wes Streeting, Yvette Cooper, or even Andy Burnham. The party was leaderless, rudderless, and collapsing in real time. And while Labour imploded, Conservatives in number 10 cheered quietly. This is the official channel of Britain Times. We only share authentic and verified UK news. We do not upload fake news or misinformation. Thank you for trusting Britain Times. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for daily updates. Stay connected for reliable UK news. Use and update.